Hi cuties! Today we are going to be making these bikini bottoms. This is part 2 to the bikini top that I made last week. And before we get started, I just want to talk a little bit about crochet bikini yarns, because a lot of the yarns when you do crochet bikinis do not hold up well in water. So some of the yarns that I really like is Cotonia yarn and Elise Diva Stretch. They hold up amazing in water. They don't hold on to too much water, so they stay lightweight. And especially Elise Diva Stretch has a little bit of, obviously it's in the name, it has a stretch. If you don't have either of those yarns, cotton yarn is great. Or you can, if you do use acrylic, I would recommend using something with a little bit of elastic in it, like polyamide, that's a little bit more stretchy. I personally don't like how acrylic holds up in water. That's me personally. I think it starts getting fuzzy after a while. But Cotonia yarn and Elise Diva Stretch are my absolute favorites. They've done wonders for my bikinis. And other thing is, I just want to say thank you so much for 160 followers. We are growing this beautiful crochet community. I love the crochet community. Y'all are amazing. I just really appreciate all the love, all the support, the constructive criticism to help make this better. This has been such a creative outlet for me, and it helps my ADHD so much. And I think that everybody should be able to make their own clothes. In a world of so much fast fashion, it's just amazing to be able to know how to make your own clothes. So I'm excited to continue to teach y'all new patterns, new things, new techniques. This has been an amazing experience, and I just really, really, really appreciate every single one of y'all. Hi everybody, so today we are doing the bottoms of the bikini. If you haven't seen my other video on the tops, go check that out. Today I'm using Cotonia yarn, and I'm doing all sizes from extra small to XX large. So for everybody, we are going to chain 8. On the third, we are going to do a half double crochet. So wrap your yarn around your hook like you're gonna do a double crochet. Go through the third chain, and then there are 3 chains on your hook. You're going to scoop your yarn and pull through. That is 1 half double crochet. Now we're going to do 2 half doubles, 3 half doubles, 4, 5, 6. In the next row, we are going to go ahead and chain 2 and turn. Row 2, we're going to go ahead and make an increase. So 1 half double crochet and 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. And now 1 half double crochet into every stitch, and 2 into the very last one. So 1 and 2. Okay. Chain of 2, and this is a normal round, so just 1 stitch into every single one across, no increases. Row 4, again, no increases, just 1 in every single stitch. So 5 and 6, row 5 and 6, we are just going to continue with exactly this. So 2 more rows of half double crochets. Once you get to 6, I will meet you there, okay? I'm now at row 6, and for row 7, we are going to chain 2 and turn 2 double crochets, or sorry, half double crochets into the first chain. So this is an increase, 1 in every one across. So you should have 6 half double crochets that are normal, excluding these 2, and then 2 in the very last. That's how it should be looking. Rows 8 and 9, we are just doing normal rounds. So for 2 rounds, no increases, just 1 in each. And chain 2 and turn, and 1 more exactly like that, just 1 in every single one, and I will meet you there. We're at row 9. We're going to chain 2 and turn, and here we are going to have an increase. So row 10 is an increase. And then 2 in the very last stitch. 11 and 12 are going to be normal rounds with no increases, so just 1 into every single stitch. I will meet you at row 12, so just continue this with normal stitches, 1 in each. So this is the last stitch in 12. Chain 2 and turn. And this is where we are going to start increasing every other. Instead of having 2 in the middle that aren't increasing, we're going to start increasing every other. So row 13 is an increase. Row 14 will be normal. Row 15 will be an increase, etc. So we are here at the last one, and we are making 2 half double crochets. So by now you should have 14 stitches. Alright, that was row 13, chain 1, 2 and turn. And in row 14, this is a normal row with no increases. So just 1 in every stitch all the way down. And row 15, of course, we are going to do another increase. So 2 in this same stitch, and 1 in every single one across. Okay, so in the last one, we are going to be putting 2 double crochets right through there. So this is how it's looking so far. We are on row 15, which we just increased, So row 16 will be a normal, no increase, 17 increase, 18 normal. So basically on every odd number, you're going to be increasing on every odd row. So we're going to continue with this exact same pattern of what I just did with 14 and 15, same pattern up until row 22. And at row 22, you should be ending with a normal, no increase row. So I will meet you over at 22 and show you what to do next for each size. This is when the sizes come in. And I'm doing sizes X small to XX large. So I have sizes for everybody. I will meet you back there. So I just finished row 22 and this is how it's looking. I'm going to chain 2 and turn. And I'm going to do an increase. So 2 in the first stitch, 1 in every single one across. And then 2 in the very last stitch. Keep doing this exact pattern until you reach 26 for extra small, 27 for small, 28 for medium, 29 for large, 30 for extra large, 31 for XX large. In this very last stitch, we are going to put 2 half double crochets. And I'm going to continue along with this same pattern, increasing in every single stitch until I get to row 27 and I'll meet you there. Okay, so I've just finished my 27 rows. This is how it should be looking. And now we are going to do something a little bit different. This will be the 27th row. This next row will be the 27th row for extra small, 28th row for small, 29th row for medium, 30th row for large, 31 for extra large, and 32 for XX large. So for me, this is my 28th row because I'm doing a small. So this one's gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna continue with the increases, but we are going to be doing something a little different. So we're gonna do 2 in the first stitch. And we are going to chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and half double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, half double crochet into the next one. Chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet into the next one. Chain 1, half double crochet into the next one. And we are going to continue with this pattern all the way down. And when we get to the end, we are going to increase as we have been. So just continue with this chain 1 and skip 1, half double crochet. So we just chained 1, we're skipping 1 and a half double crochet into this one. And then in the very last stitch, we're going to put 2 half double crochets. Now chain 2 and turn. And we are going to continue increasing. So 2 half double crochets in this first stitch, 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and we are going to use the chain spaces as a stitch. So you're going to go through this hole, pull up a loop, and pull through all 3. Then we half double crochet on top of the stitch, and then in the chain space we go through it and half double crochet. Half double crochet on the top of this next stitch, and the one after that, go through the chain space. We're going to do that all the way down until the very last stitch where you are going to do 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. So in these last 2 stitches, this one you are going to do 1 half double crochet, and in the last one 2 half double crochets. And that is how it should be looking. So that is finished. What we are going to do is chain 1 and pull that tight. Take your hook out, and we are going to cut that string off, pull it through, and there you go. And now you can go ahead with your measuring tape. The front for extra small should be about 9.4, 9.6 for small, 9.8 for medium, 10 for large, 10.2 for extra large, and 10.4 inches for XX large. So you can go ahead and measure right here. Mine is about 9.5. That's close enough. No, 9.6 if we stretch it a little, you know. So now what we are going to do is the back. So make sure when you're doing the back that this string where you first started the slip knot is on the left side, so that you're going into the rows the right way. So we had 6 here, so we're going to count backwards: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this, yes, this is the chain that you are going to put your needle through. We're going to go ahead and make a slip knot. And attach that right here. And we are going to go ahead and make a decrease from the very first row. So chain 2. We're going to put 1 double crochet in the very first one. Or sorry, 1 half double crochet. Okay. In the next one, we are going to chain 2 half double crochets together. So you're going to go ahead, pull up your yarn. You have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to go through 2 and don't finish that stitch. Now yarn over again, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and go through all 4. On this one again, go through, pull up a loop, go through 2, yarn over, go through the next stitch, pull up a loop, and pull through all 4. And in the last stitch, 1 normal half double crochet. So I'm going to be doing a semi-thong, not a semi, I'm going to be doing a thong. If you don't want to do a thong, do exactly what we did in the first part. Just go ahead and rewind, go back to the beginning. But I'm going to be doing a thong. So until row 6, you are going to be doing these 4 double crochets, or half double crochets, sorry, chain 2. So chain 2 and turn, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 half double crochets, and we are going to continue 1 half double crochet in each stitch. For extra small, you're going to go until 6 rows. For small, until 7, medium until 8, large and extra large until 9, and XX large until 10. So repeat this same pattern until you get to the row for your size, and I'll meet you back there. So just remember, we are doing 4 half double crochets in each. So chain 2 and turn, and 4 half double crochets. I'm going to keep going until I get to 7 rows from the bottom. So 7 rows from here, 1, 2, 3. I'm on my 3rd row. So I'm going to go until 7, and I will meet you right back here. So I just finished my 7th row, and from now on we are going to be increasing in every single row. So for extra small, you're going to continue increasing in every row until row 15. For small, 16, medium 17, large 18, extra large 19, and XX large 21. So what we're gonna do is just 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, so 2 into the first one, 1 in every single one in the middle, and into the very last one we're gonna go ahead and do 2. So chain 2 and just repeat that in every single row until you reach the row for your size. So 2 in the first one, 1 in every single one in the middle, and 2 in the very last stitch. So continue with that same pattern, increasing in every single one until you reach the row for your size, and I'll be back. So I just finished 16 rows, and if you get confused, I always like to leave this out so that I can count the rows. I'm gonna end up weaving it in so that it all looks seamless, but just so I can count the rows. So it starts from here: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. So that was 16 rows for me. I'm doing a small. So once you get to the rows for your size, we are now going to do the same thing as the front. So chain up 2, turn your work, and we are going to do 2 double crochets in the very first stitch. We are going to then chain 1, skip 1, and go into the next stitch. And sorry, these are half double crochets. Chain 1, skip 1, and go into the next with a half double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, and half double crochet into the next. And we are going to continue with that all the way down with an increase at the end. So we are here at the end, and we just chain 1, skipped 1, and then in the very last stitch we're going to put 2 half double crochets to continue that increase, and that's how it should be looking. Now chain 2, turn your work. We're going to do 2 double crochets again into this very first stitch. Sorry, half double crochets, oh my god. 1 half double crochet into this stitch, 1 half double crochet into this stitch, and then again in the chain spaces we are going to go through and use that as a stitch. Half double crochet on the top of the next stitch, and then through this chain space. On top of the stitch, and then through the chain space. You are just going to half double crochet like that all the way down, and at the very end we are going to do an increase again, so 2 in the very last one. So we are here at the end. You are going to make 1 half double crochet into this one, and then in the last one we are making 2 half double crochets for the increase. So do not cut your thread. We're going to work around this perimeter. So there's 2 things. We can do just slip stitches, which I'm going to do because the bra top I didn't do picot stitches, I just did normal stitches. So I'm going to continue that same thing for this, but if you would like to do a picot stitch and have this type of pattern all the way around, I'll show you how to do it. I'm not personally going to do it, but I'll go ahead and demonstrate it for you. So you are going to go ahead, chain 1 and turn your work, and then we are going to slip stitch into that same stitch. So a slip stitch, you just pull up your thread and then pull through, you don't yarn over. So go ahead, pull through and pull through the next. So if you want to do a picot stitch, from right here where you slip stitch into the very first one. And from right here, you are going to slip stitch, which we just did, then chain 3, and slip stitch into the same stitch. Then you will slip stitch 4 times in each chain. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch into that same stitch. That makes sense? So 1, 2, 3, 4, chain up 3, and slip stitch into this same stitch. And you'll get these nice little cutie pies. Okay, but for me, I'm just gonna do normal slip stitches because I did not do a picot on my bra top, my swimsuit top. So if you're seeing this video before the bra top, you can go ahead and do a picot stitch on this and then go do a picot stitch on the bra top as well. So for me, I'm just going to slip stitch around the entire perimeter all the way till the end. Okay, and I'm here at the end. So that's how mine is looking. And then from here, we are going to go ahead and make the chain for the side of the bikini. So we're gonna go ahead and make this chain right here. For extra small, make 101 chains. For small, make 121. Medium, 131. Large, 141. X large, 161. And XXL, 161. So we are going to go ahead and just make normal chains up. Oh, there's a hurricane outside, y'all. I live in Miami and it is raining like crazy. It's not actually a hurricane, I don't think. Hold on. Anyway, I'm sure y'all all know how to do chains, so just chain up and I'll meet you back there because there's something that we're gonna do on the way down. I just finished 121 chains and now we're going to slip stitch back down. So go into that chain, pull up a loop, and pull through. Do not yarn over, just pull the loop through. Pull up a loop and pull it through. And we're going to continue slip stitching just like this the whole way down, and I will meet you at the bottom. I know this is tedious, but y'all got it. It's gonna look so good, so good. We are going to slip stitch the string. We just finished slip stitching down the string, and we are going to slip stitch into this top stitch, and now we are going to slip stitch all the way down the sides. So since there's no real stitches, this is going to be a little bit harder. But what I like to do, you see this chain 2 here? We already slip stitched right above it. And now I'm going to slip stitch into the next chain. And then I'm going to slip stitch into this stitch. And then into this chain. As you can see, there's a little hole here, a little hole here. This is a chain 2, so I think what I'm going to do is slip stitch on the top, slip stitch into this chain, slip stitch into the bottom chain, and then into this stitch. And sometimes it's a little bit of trial and error. If it's a little bit too tight, then that might mean you're not doing enough slip stitches. So just go ahead and like figure out what works for you. It also depends kind of how tight you do your slip stitches personally. So we're going to continue with this, just slip stitching all the way down. If you are doing the picot stitch, then go ahead and do the picot stitch all the way down. I do think the picot stitch makes the sides look a little bit better because sometimes you can't see the wonkiness that inevitably can happen when doing slip stitches. If you want it a little bit wider, you can also end up doing single crochets instead of slip stitches. So you decide on that. But I'm going to slip stitch all the way down to this end, and I will meet you back here. Okay, I'm gonna revise what I said. I think that the best way to do these slip stitches is to slip stitch into this top stitch where you can see the hole, and then go ahead and slip stitch into this line where you can see the full stitch. Okay. So go into the top and then into this stitch right below. So basically 2 slip stitches per line, if that makes sense. So here we go, we are on the last stitch right here. You are going to put a slip stitch right into this stitch here, and then we are going to chain up again, whatever number for your size. For me, it's 121. So go ahead and do the chains for your size, and I will be back. So after you finish your chains, we're gonna do the same thing as last time and just slip stitch all the way back down until you reach the starting point. Okay, so we are slip stitching back down, and now we are back, and I'm just going to slip stitch in every single stitch all the way across. Just every single stitch. Please ignore the color change. I had to order another ball of yarn, and I swear I ordered the right color, but it came just like barely a shade darker. You can barely tell. But I've been waiting for this yarn for days so that I can finish this video. And I know most of y'all wouldn't even notice if I wasn't pointing it out, but I have to point it out because it's bothering me. But I'm just gonna finish this because I really want to get this video out for y'all. I've been wanting to get it out since last week and I ran out of yarn, so we're just gonna roll with it, you know what I mean? I know that it might be bothering some of y'all, so just ignore. I'm sorry. But yeah, we're just gonna keep slip stitching into every single stitch all the way across, and when we get to the other side, we are going to do a chain exactly like last time. And into the last one, okay? And we're now going to chain up and slip stitch back down, and I will meet you at the bottom so that we can do this side together. Okay, so we just finished this string and we are slip stitching back into the body. So we're gonna go ahead and do a slip stitch here, and then we are going to slip stitch all the way back down here. So try to keep it pretty consistent. If you did 2 slip stitches in each row, keep that going. If you did 3, keep that going. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this off camera because it can be a little bit hard for me to do it on camera, but yeah, we're just gonna keep that same thing going. Just slip stitch all the way down this entire body, and I will meet you at the end. We just have one more string left and then we're done. Yay! I just slip stitched into the last one. We're going to do the chains up, and when you slip stitch back down, you're going to slip stitch into the first slip stitch that you made. So just go ahead and chain up whatever number for your size, and then you are going to slip stitch back down, and then I will meet you there, and after that we're done. So let's go. So I just got here to the end, and I'm just going to slip stitch right in there, and then we're going to cut this off. And we did it! Good job, everybody. We are finished, and now we are just going to weave some ends in. This is what it's looking like. It's pretty cute. I don't know, I think I prefer the picot stitch. Just because it hides some of those little mistakes that you can make. The slip stitch can be a little bit annoying depending on what type of yarn you're doing. So with the picot, it kind of just hides that. So yeah, but this is what it looks like, and I think it's pretty cute. I did just measure the back. I don't remember if I told y'all the height of the back needs to be 5.5 for extra small, 5.9 for small, 6.3 for medium, 6.7 for large, 7 for extra large, and 7.5 for XX. For some reason my back's a little bit too long, unfortunately, which means that when we fold it over, it's gonna be a little bit thick at the bottom part. So that's unfortunate. I didn't catch it until now. I completely forgot to tell y'all what the height of the back is gonna be. And I think I'm gonna end up spraying this with water and kind of blocking this just to make it a little bit looser and a little bit more cohesive. But this is how it should be looking. So now we are going to weave in our ends. So take a tapestry needle or a needle with a wide eye and put that right in there. And we're going to weave these into the back. So just make sure that you're weaving these ends into the very back, into the back of your work, not the front. Please do not just knot it and cut it. That's how your work gets unraveled. So please just take the extra time to weave it in. I always like to weave my ends in on camera with y'all because I know it's really annoying weaving your ends in sometimes, and sometimes it's nice to just enjoy doing it with somebody. I don't know, at least for me. Right here I ended up having to tie on the new yarn. So since it's such a short thing, I am going to go ahead and go through like this before I put the yarn on my hook. Okay, and then I'm going to thread it and pull it through. See? And then same thing with this one. I'm just gonna weave it through first, stick it through, and pull it. There we go. Then we are weaving in these. I just want to say as well that you can definitely do a single crochet on the sides. I don't know, for me sometimes the slip stitches, depending on your yarn, doesn't really go over as well. But just remember that if you do a single crochet, it's gonna make your whole bikini a little bit thicker. So that's the downside of that. You can also just leave it as is if you like. I have many bikinis that I just ended up not doing the edging because the edges came out really nice and it looked pretty. So I just left it like that. There you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you again for 100 subscribers. I can't believe there's 100 of y'all. If you like the video, go ahead and leave a comment. And if you like the video, obviously like. And if you like the video, subscribe for more. I'm so excited to be sharing all of this with you guys. Good job. Let's go. Let me know how this goes for you. Tag me if you make it. All that good stuff. Mwah. See y'all later.